On September 29th, the Church celebrates the liturgical feast of the Holy Archangels throughout the world. In the scriptures, the heavenly messengers played a major role, from the delivery of the Torah on the Sinai to the events narrated in the Gospel of St. Michael, Prince of the Celestial Militia, and whose name means one who is like God, is very revered on Mount Gargano in Italy. According to tradition, in the 5th century, the archangel would appear to a bishop after a mysterious incident in which a bull had attacked his pastor. Saint Raphael, which means God's healing, appears in the Old Testament in the book of Tobit in some beautiful passages that narrate how he restored the sight of the pious Tobit and accompanied his son Tobias on his journey until he met Sarah and married her. Saint Gabriel is, however, remembered in a special way in Nazareth, in the Basilica of the Annunciation, because it was there that, according to tradition, the archangel announced to Mary that she would be the mother of the Saviour. But who was this angel whose name means God is my strength? He is quoted in the prophecies of Daniel, announced the birth of John the Baptist, and is known as the bearer of divine messages.
Questo è molto importante perché l'arcangelo Gabriele è l'annunciatore non di se stesso.
It is very important because the Archangel St. Gabriel announces not himself his own will, but the will of God. In St. Gabriel we find something that is so lacking for us Christians, the docility to do the will of God. He is docile and does not ask God, "You order me to deliver a message, but is it right or wrong?" The angel does not question the will of God.
È giusto, non è giusto, no. Gli angeli non mettono in discussione la volontà di Dio.
Another announcement was even more significant during the encounter of the angel with the Virgin Mary, the yes that would forever change the history of humanity. Stemming from his dialogue, the prayer of the Angelus would be born. One of the best-known prayers of the Church is recited every day at 6 in the morning, at noon and at 6 in the afternoon by the faithful from all over the world. Every day at noon, the Franciscan friars solemnly recite this prayer at the Basilica of the Annunciation in front of the Cave of the Proclamation. The Church celebrates this feast because each of us has a special protection, which we have received not because we deserve it, but because God grants us to be accompanied in His grace. The first precise news on the Angelus Domini dates back to 1269, when Sant Bonaventura of Bagnoregio was Superior General of the Friars Minor and introduced the greeting to the Virgin Mary during the nights of a general chapter. The morning schedule was incorporated into a synod which took place in Cologne at the start of the 15th century, while the midday prayer was inserted after the King of France, Louis XVI, asked Pope Sixtus IV that 300 days of indulgence should be granted to those who, in that hour, had recited with great devotion 3 Hail Marys for the peace and unity of the kingdom. In the Islamic tradition, which preserves elements of Judaism and Christianity, the angels are pure spirits, with the task of documenting the good and bad deeds of men in view of the final judgment. But at the same time, they do not cease to implore God's mercy upon man. The liturgical feast of the Archangels falls close to the feast of the Guardian Angels on October the 2nd, an opportunity to recognize that God sends His messengers to guide and inspire each one of us on his journey and protect us from all evil.